Hey guys, how's it going? Let me get all the messages and everything out there and then we'll get started. You can probably hear them dogs. I had a dinner and brought them home from scraps. Let's see what we got here. Okay, there's one down, two to go. Okay, let me get this one in here and then we'll start talking about what's going on, what to look for this week coming. Let's see. Also, guys, let me know if you can, if the quality of the stream is doing better for y'all. I moved some things around and traded some things. I may have to tweak the bit rate a little bit, but overall, I think I've got it set up a lot better. Okay, send. Yeah, we're good. Now, like always, guys, if you have any questions, anything like that, hey, Shrugs in here. Same frame. I'm not sure if I've seen you in chat before, unless you've changed your name, but it's good seeing you in here. So, guys, like always, if you have any tickers, any questions, whatever it is, put them in chat. And we will go over them. And Wonky's here, and John. By God, we got, you know what? We got the best people here anyway. If nobody else wants to show up, they won't have a seat at the cool kids table. Right? HYZN, yes, we can definitely look at that one. HYZN, BBIG, IRNT, Prague, Shib, yep, I've got that chart we can pull up too. So let me run down the normal shit here. Let me make sure first y'all's on the same page, got everything up. Is the voice, excuse me, is the voice okay? Can y'all hear everything right? I had to tweak it a little bit today too. Yeah, a lot of people in Discord this morning was just saying, you know, the market's red, this and that. I think a lot of them were looking at just the wrong sector this morning because there are quite a few sectors down. But there's also been some pretty decent play. Alright, good. So let's jump into it then. So the SPY, let me see here. I had pulled it up here. Yes, right here it is. Make sure that this is right. There we go. So guys, this was one super earners week. There's a lot of big names in the market that were posting earnings this week. And this was going to kind of tell us how the market is going to do going forward. Are we going to pull back or are we going to be bullish? And overall, it looks like some of the biggest ones other than Apple did well. And Apple didn't do terrible. Its earnings were up 26%, but it had missed sales for the first time in since 2018, I think was the thing that I seen there. Plus, you know, the lawsuits, things like that, Outlook, stuff like that, it just brought it down. That's the reason I say it's always important to look at the revenue and the outlook, the guidance, whatever you want to call it. But we can see here that earning season's beat so far for the Q3 is 76%. So usually between 75 and 85 is really good for the market, right? We did have some misses, but overall we are doing really good. And the main thing that we had was things like Google. Oh crap, I'm drawing a blank now. But anyway, the big guys did really well. And even Apple, if we take a look here, let's go back. And even Apple, we can see it sold off, but it picked back up. And I actually ended up selling. Let's see, I think it was somewhere like almost 5 calls. I ended up selling all but one of them this morning, and ended up selling the other one right before I left earlier, right around 1. So I was able to catch right before it hit this line here. But see, this is another good thing, guys. The reason why we follow technicals, look at that perfect rejection. We had a trend line rejection and support and resistance rejection. Give me 1 second. So overall, I believe that the SPY, the overall markets, QQQ, SPY, the indices, are going to be bullish going into next week. We can see right here that it did get rejected. Was that the new one I put in? Yeah. It did get rejected right around the all-time highs. It came back. It broke up over. This is a new one, this yellow one. But this red one was the one that we had at around the all-time highs. It did break up above it. It got rejected. But overall, other than some pullbacks, this is going to look good. And if we pull back here and we look at it, I know it's going to be hard to see from all these lines, but here is the original before we had that sell-off. Here's the original. We are back into that trend again. I would take these off, but I wanted to show you this first to let you know that we're back in that trend. And if this is to keep on going, or if it would have stayed in that trend, we still got some highs to meet. So look for a pullback or two, and this is probably going to do good. Now, on the other hand, what I said yesterday about the SPY, and I'll show you again on Tesla too, still rings true. If this on the 15-minute breaks that 200 and gets rejected, it'd be a good time to put puts on it. Not saying it's going to crash, but it's probably going to pull back a little bit, at least good enough for puts. And Tesla, we can see I was calling for puts on it, but told y'all wait on the rejection under the 50. So we can see here that it never did break the 50, a little long retest and rejected. So that's the reason why we wait on confirmations, things like that. But this will still hold true. This is well overextended. This is the highest that this has been if you add in the split. So if this gets under that 50 and retests and rejects, it will come down around this area here between this 170 to 156. And then again on the 4-hour, if it gets rejected under there, it's possible that over a day or two we could see it pull back as far as 776. But like always, guys, wait on your confirmation. You know, you will save yourself a headache in doing those type of things. Now let's get into the tickers y'all brought up. HYZN. Okay, this is a EV play, I'm pretty sure, right? Profile. Oh, no, this is, well, they might do EV, but looks like they do industrial and heavy machinery, heavy vehicles, train ships. Okay. Yeah, it looked like a SPAC merger that turned into, yeah, like a maybe a low carbon emission for these heavy vehicles. But anyways, we can see it broke under the 200, and it's continuously selling under the 50-day, the screen line. Keeps getting rejected, and it doesn't look like it's found a bottom yet. It looks like it's getting close to maybe starting a consolidation. Remember, there's 3 phases to reversal. There's a sell-off, the consolidation phase, and then a reversal. So this could be the beginning of the consolidation phase, but we won't know until we get some more data in it. So right now, this wouldn't be a play I'd be interested in, not until it would break the 50 and confirm it with like a retest or something like that. Then I would consider. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to go up just a little bit above the 50-day, set an alert for above it, and we're also going to put one on for news, sharp rise, and sharp fall. And that way, if it breaks that, we can get in. But I see why you're looking at this. It's sold off. It's getting close to that consolidation phase. So this is a good one to watch. This would be a good one to keep eyes on, especially with things like that infrastructure bill going in and things like that. So this is not a bad one. It's just not there yet. It's not set up yet. The other one is BBIG. So BBIG, again, it's consolidating out that support. We could actually adjust one of these just a little bit. We'll leave the other two the same. The reason why there's a lot in there is because I've been watching this on lower time frames, so it may get a little confusing right here. Excuse me, but we can see that it is flagged out. We just need to wait for the breakout of one or the other. Now, if this is something you're thinking about buying more of, or getting into for the first time, I wouldn't yet. I would be watching the 15-minute. And again, we want a clear break. Well, how can I? Okay, the EMA strat that I've got, where you get separation between the 15 and the 50, good separation. See, if this starts to separate here, we've already got the good volume, would have the separation, and by the time it separates, we would have the price above the 200. That would be a good setup for this. It looked like it started to, but then we got some hesitation candles, some dragonfly candles type things in there. Spinning top. I'd call that more of a upside down hammer or dragonfly. But they're hesitation candles, so the market really don't know what to do. It's holding support, but it can't quite break out. Good news is we are trending upward. We are getting higher highs. We just need to, higher lows. We just need to be getting those higher highs too along with it. Other one is IRNT. Again, this one right here, this one's looking good. It's almost got a good setup. It had popped up. It had found its support around the 200. It had held it. And now it looks like it may be ready to pop. This one's a hard one. These type of plays like this, the ones you see a lot in Reddit and stuff like that, it's hard to judge sentiment because they just pop off all of a sudden. But like we was talking about the 3 stages of a reversal, the sell-off, the consolidation. Well, we are well into that consolidation phase, at least on the lower time frames. This one is, the way it spikes up, you really wouldn't want to play it at the higher time frames. Maybe 1 hour at the most. Yeah, see, the 1 hour would be about the most you'd want to try to judge it and play it on. But yeah, it's got a good setup. I'm not going to lie. Would I jump into it now? That depends on your risk level. You're holding over the weekend. It's a holiday weekend. But, if I was going to jump into this right now, which I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty decent. I wouldn't do it with options. I would do it with shares. I would set me a stop loss. Let's see where this ends up at. Roughly about right in there. It's just right below what support would be. So right around 11.71. That's what I would do. That way you're not even out a full dollar. And then if it does return back to even the recent highs, you're looking at a 38% jump from where it's at right now. But if it continues to sell off, you would be out at 5%. So that's a, what, a 1 in 6? Something like that. So, that's the way you look at set you up a plan for the trade and follow that plan. Just like I did right there. We set it up, we have a good out, we have a good take profit area, and you trade the plan. Get out if it doesn't look right. You can always jump back in, or even scale your trade. Go in with 25% here, and if it starts showing you something, put 25% more in. And then after that, if it confirms, go your 50% that you have left and ride it. We got, before we go through the other two, let me see if there's any questions on what we've done so far. Right, plan the trade, trade the plan. That's the way you do it. You could, some of these stocks you can trade in. You may have to do it on a different market, but yeah, some of these stocks you can still trade in. I understand if you're not interested, though. We've got some people from, I know Czech, and that area that I know trades on the U.S. market, but I do understand there's some like Canadian stocks, even though I'm in America, Canada's in North America, that I can't trade. So, I understand with some of that. Let's see. I do a little bit I don't, right now I'm currently not doing anything long term. I do have a long term portfolio, but there's stuff that I bought and they're blue chip stocks that I got in cheap. So, right now I'm not doing anything long term. But yeah, we mix it up. We do some day trading, a lot of swing trading, and then scalping. I do scalping. I try to only show it on here if I can be invested enough to stick with it and show people my ins and outs, things like that. But scalping's a little tricky because if it's something you're not used to, it helps to have a group there, especially people that's used to it, into it, things like that. So if I have the time to be invested, most of the time if we do any scalping, it'll be on the morning streams. That way I can kind of be there, I can show you what I'm looking at, stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, let's just keep this going like that. We'll go over some stocks, and then after a couple of them, I'll take a break. I'll see any of y'all's questions, any tickers, stuff like that, and then we'll just keep this moving. Prague. Prague to me is at that middle of the road, man. For me personally, I need to check. My stop loss should have done hit on this. I know this morning whenever we was looking at it, I put a stop loss just right underneath the 50-day. So my stop loss should have done hit on this. But if you are still holding, and if you held through that, then you're probably wanting to go a little bit longer on it. My definite get out point would be right now, would be at this $3.35 range. Let me check mine and see if it stopped lost out. Yeah, mine stop lost out. But we did pretty decent with it. Let's see, this is the 1 hour. We played that one, we played that one. I didn't jump in right away. I think I jumped in somewhere around through here. We'll just go right here, middle of the road, to the stop loss. So I'd have done right at between 15 and 20%, depending on where it actually got out at. But yeah, I mean, at the very least, it would be under the 200 if you really want to be risky with it. Because it depends on how long you've been holding it. If you held through every bit of this, even at the 200, you would still be up. If you just got in here recently, then the 50 days should have been your get out point until you start getting further up. Then you can pick the 200 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, for me, it would already be a get out point. And then, if it did get back bullish, at the very least, if I didn't get out, then it would be lower my position. And then if it crossed back over that 50 or bounced off of this support here, then I could always raise my position or get back in. And then SHIB. I'll let y'all know too, I sold out of my SHIB. I'm no longer in SHIB. I bought in right at about, it's in between something like 45 and 48. And I sold when it got rejected at the 80-day and come down. It was when it was after this rejection, it popped back up, and then when it got rejected again, I sold. That, God, they call that something. I forgot. Dead cat bounce, I believe is what they call that. When it comes down, shoots back up, and then bounces again, comes down. They call that a dead cat bounce, which usually means it's dead. It's coming on down. That's when I got out. Do I think SHIB will climb back up? Yeah, I think SHIB would do good, especially if you want to be longer. Me, I was just swinging it. I wasn't in for this, any type of long stuff. The only crypto I'm holding long currently right now is Ethereum. I am swinging Bitcoin Cash right now. Excuse me, losing my voice. But Ethereum's the only one I'm holding long. SHIB, for me, SHIB is playing those swings. I just don't feel comfortable in holding SHIB long term, just for the type of coin it is. But SHIB will probably keep climbing. You know how crypto, if you've been playing crypto, you know crypto, it has some wild swings in it. I mean, look at this right here. We're on a 15-minute chart. So this is from the 28th. So all this happened within one day. Went up, down, up again, and then back down again. All that in one day right there. So, if you're going to play crypto, you really only have to, there's really only two ways to do it. Grab it cheap and hodl it, or play the swings. There's no middle of the road with SHIB or crypto. There's like no long-term swings, if you know what I mean. I'll show you this other one I play, Bitcoin Cash. This one is good if you don't have a lot of money. I had bought in, let me pull back here. Man, my shit has been acting so funny here lately. See how it's jumping? It needs a new update. Anyways, see, none of this is right. I don't know. For some reason, my charts. Anyways, I had jumped in when it was under 400. Got out when it was right around 700, got back in, got out again at 800, and now I'm jumping back in right at this, no, not this one. I got in under 5, yeah, right here. So I got in right through here. No, that's not right neither. I guess it was right in here. Man, this jumping, I can't, sorry guys. For some reason this thing is just acting all funky. This morning I played Matterport. I actually called this one out on Discord. And I got in at this bounce here and got out as soon as it got rejected up here. No, got out right here at this rejection, sorry. What time is that? 12:45, this one. This rejection right here is where I got out. Now, if I didn't have to leave earlier, I probably would have held. Usually what I do on these plays is I wait for it to follow under an EMA line. Excuse me. Usually whichever one it's following pretty good once it gets a break under that. But I had to leave for a little bit earlier, so I didn't know what it would do during that time, so I got out. Same thing with QuantumScape. We played it this morning. I'd got these, what, yesterday or day before? No, yesterday. And got out sometime in this run up here. I don't know. I'd have to look back on Discord to see when I sold. That's one thing you'll see with a lot of my stuff. You can either look back on Discord or Twitter. I usually post when I get into a play and when I get out of a play. And I just do that because if anybody is following the channel, they are following these trades and stuff, I just want to be transparent about when I'm in and when I'm out. I'm not trying to influence anybody or do anything like that. I know there's a few people that follow some of these trades, and I just want to be transparent with it. I don't have a big enough channel to influence anybody anyway. Hey, no problem, man. That's what this channel's all about. If you have any questions, anything, there are no dumb questions. Ask them, man. This channel is all about trying to grow a community of traders that speak the same language, that can help each other out. Let's check BBIG right there. But I will tell you one thing. Quit watching that 1 minute. It'll drive you crazy. You'll go nuts watching the 1 minute. Yeah, I'd say that's a flag right there, and I'm on the 15 minute. I usually watch the 3 minute when I want to go lower, because let me show you something. The 3 minute is pretty decent if you're doing watching an intraday. Let me show you the 1 minute. See how that could drive somebody crazy watching each one of these bounces, candle by candle by candle by candle like that. 3 minute drives me crazy enough. But you can see right here that we pretty much got the same thing, but it just happens in less candles. We're not stressing each minute instead. We can kind of watch how they flow, and it's also good to watch for things like right here, like these hesitation candles. See, we can see right here that it started going up. There's a little bit of hesitation, so it pulls back. And then on this one, it starts up. It goes way up there. And if this would have stayed green, it would have been that this hesitation really didn't mean nothing, and it would have stayed bullish. But since it not only pulled all the way back, but come down and almost engulfed this other candle, meant that there was a lot of hesitation in the market. So then you barcode red, green, until finally we start getting down. And you can see that there was a fight here. You can see that with these candles here, especially the first two, it tried to push up, but it just kept getting rejected. That's one of the good reasons why I like watching that 3 minute. You can kindly start to watch these hesitations better and stuff like that. If you're watching the 1 minute, you get the same information, but you're watching it by minute instead of every 3 minutes. So we still got the hesitation candle, but instead of having that hesitation and then the hesitation with one red candle, we have a green, then a red. We still show that hesitation, but it's more, how can I say it? There's more hope in this one. The fact that this is green, if you're watching that in real time, you're like, all right. All it needs to do is just the next one be green, not so much hesitation. If you're watching a 3 minute, you see it backing off. You know what I mean? It's still the same amount of time, but I don't know, just for me, I guess maybe it's a personal thing. It's just less stressful watching these 3 minute candles than it is 1 minute. Because when I'm watching them 1 minute, I'm stressed out, I'm debating, I'm second guessing myself, I'm just kind of going crazy with it. Versus when I'm watching these 3 minute candles, I'm more laid back, I'm more collected, I can kind of gather myself. I know some people watch the 5 minute. Me, I think there's a little bit better information in the 3 minute. The main ones I watch is 3 minute, 15, and 4 hour. Now you see me just a minute ago jump to the 1 hour, and that was mainly because the 4 hour wasn't given good enough information for that frame that I needed. So we just kind of took a peek at the 1 hour to see if it was given better information. Well, that's because God hates us, man. If you want to know why you have 10 fingers and 10 toes, but, you got to pull down your pants every time you want to count to 21, that's just because God hates us. Yep. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. Dude, you are crazy watching anything, especially anything under 1 minute. I would be on Xanax. Well, I'd be on more Xanax. Yeah, that would drive me nuts, man. Pretty much what I do, if I'm going further out, I watch the 4 hour, and then I decide when to get in and things like that with the 15 minute. If I'm day trading and things like that, I watch the 15 minute and then decide when to get in and get out and stuff on the 3 minute. Oh yeah, I do. I do. You can't live where I live and grew up like I did not. This is the Bible Belt. So we had some decent... Oh man, look at that. This is a perfect setup, guys. And look, it even started yesterday. I just didn't pay no attention to it. I was too involved in ChargePoint, I guess. But look, this is a perfect setup. We have decent volume. We have the separation of the 15 over 50. We have the pop-up and the pullback. Even if you waited on 3, so you got 1, 2, 3, you'd have still been good. But even if you just waited on the 1 and got in, this is what I like when they step stare up, because you get a clear in and out. They run a little bit slower like this because you can see that you got to wait on these pullbacks and go up and pullbacks and go up. But they're a lot safer when they do that. As long as they continue bouncing, you're good. And let's take this trade here. It's probably not going to be a high percentage, but I bet you it's going to be decent. If we jumped in here to where it is now, you're looking at 8%. I mean, that's decent, man. I mean, I know I've been in channels where they're bragging about 10%. But guys, 10% is good when you're constantly making 10%. Think about it like this. In order to make $15,000 a year, all you have to do is make $60 a day. That's not that bad when you think about it. we are about halfway through the day, so let's look at some possible runners and stuff. I played Matterport this morning. I don't know if I mentioned that one to y'all. It done pretty decent and done pretty decent. And if we're looking at this as a swing trade, I would look for it to pull back, and then the first set of resistance be, let's put it in a box. Let's put it from here to here. But I look for this to pull back and at least come up and test this area. QuantumScape, man, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, it broke out of our triangle here. Whether or not it'll continue on, I just don't know. If you get a clear bounce, though, it has plenty of room to return back to recent highs. So I'd say if you got a clear bounce on it, it would be decent swing play. But it would need a decent bounce, a pullback and a bounce. OCGN, I was told that we got back in yesterday morning. One of the mods in Discord was telling me that they have another news catalyst coming up on the 2nd of November. So we jumped back in because it was near support. This stock likes to run on news catalyst, and you can see that it's steadily climbed. So this is going to be one that's going to be buy the rumor, sell the news. You know, not long after that news catalyst comes out, it's probably going to crash. But if that news catalyst is good, look for it to shoot up before it crashes too. But the closer this gets to the 2nd, the better it's going to do. So we got in, like I said, yesterday morning, and we're already up 21% on it. But I think that this one's going to do really good and possibly break these highs here. Brothers, if y'all know, if y'all watch the channel quite a bit, I sold out of my Brothers stock during this last rejection. You see where it got rejected twice. I sold out of it then. I should have held. I mean, if you look at the 4 hour, it's not got a clear break under the 15, and I bought back here at this split. That EMA strategy, guys, I use that a lot, and there's a reason I use that a lot. Look at it. Almost every good runner you see starts out like that. You see a good separation between the 15 and the 50. You see decent volume, and you see it pull up and bounce off of it and climb. And you always have a good out on it. You know, the 50-day, when it crosses below that, that's your out. At least in the beginning, it should be. After it runs up, then you can pick the 50-day. That's what my plan was to get out when I went under the 15-day. But I seen it got double rejected here, so I sold out. But it's running, and this one will probably do good for a bit. What else we looking at? Crypto, the mining stocks, Hut, Riot. Well, I don't know if Riot run today. I have to double check it. But Hut and Mara are doing very good today, with Hut being the winner on percentage today. We can see Mara still held its own. It's doing good. But Mara needs to break out this 54 range. And Riot, I don't think Riot did as good today. Yeah, Riot's selling off. We have ChargePoint. That's one that we've been playing. I sold out of my ChargePoint. Guys, I've been up on it since this cross down here. It was good. I do believe, I think I said last time ChargePoint would go to 25 to 30. So when I got out, it was 24.70 something. You know, there was no point in me risking this drop back down to support over 25 cents. So I said my limit was 25, and I got out just right at 25. But I do believe that this one will be going up to 30. maybe more, at least by December. So any of y'all that like swing plays, that's a good one. Let's look at any snipes near the end of the day. We got enough time to pull off a snipe or a run to tomorrow. BKT. Ooh, it had a run about midday. No, all day. Ooh. See, I hadn't been watching this one after that. We watched it here. And then somebody pointed out, either yesterday or today. I had it on the watch list a few times. I think maybe even yesterday I had it on there. Missed it by one day though, but I hadn't watched it today. I should have been using this. If y'all use Weeble, you can come back to this watch list tab, set it up for the biggest changes to be on top, and then go to whatever watch list, like this week's. See, if I'd have been watching that, I'd have caught it. Right there. Another good runner. That's one we had picked out this morning. That one didn't do so hot, but put this one on your watch list for next week. GFAI. Something tells me that this one is not done, and it's worth keeping on that watch list just to watch it. Mark is even up. See, look at this again. Good cross of the 15 over 50. There's a good volume, and we have it spiked up and bounce. Now, this one I don't like as much, mainly because even if we come back to here and put on it. Well, no, okay, I was wrong. I'll admit that, I was wrong. I thought it was going to be more of a 78 bounce. I bet you if we put it back here where it does belong, though. Yeah, see there, it's more closer to 78. But when you're using fib, you want that 50 to 61% bounce. See, now it's popping up. In order for this one to stay good for today, you want it to break above that. That would have been a nice one to catch this morning. Again, separation, pop up, retest, bounce. Let's see what the fib says about this one. 61% bounce and a run. Guys, use these indicators, I'm telling you. See, with that one, let me show you something here. We don't have any divergence in the RSI. The MACD is bullish. We have the price trading over the 200. We have the 15 over 50 separation. We have the pull up and pull back and bounce, and we have the 50% pull back and bounce. Guys, if that's not enough indicators for you to jump into a trade, I cannot help you out. OCGN is up to 12% just today alone. We're not back on the tops, are we? And guys, in the mornings, what I do, let me show you this. Let's go to the browser. The first thing I do after I look at my Weebles, tops, and populars is I come here to Benzinga.com. I go to markets and I go to pre-markets. And I start running down each one of these gainers. I start looking at each one, seeing which ones look the best. What I'm looking for is things like that 50% pullback. I want to see it trading above the 200 at least. But the 50 would be even better if it's bouncing off that 50. Things like that is what I do. That's the reason why here lately I've been waiting till in the morning to do my watch list so I can catch these pre-market movers. Or if you want to play puts, you can look at the losers too. But these tools are free, guys. I know Benzinga Pro is a really good tool and it costs money, but Benzinga.com has a lot of good stuff too. BA. Is that, let's see, what is BA? Is that Boeing? Let me make sure I put y'all on the right track here. Okay. BA. Right now is a good time to mention too, guys, that if you want to do a lot better in the market, the best thing you can do is hit that like and subscribe button. I'm telling you, if you hit that like and subscribe button, your portfolio is more likely to gain percentage points than if you don't. It's a proven fact. You don't have to believe me, just try it. I like this, but there's no confirmation yet on Boeing. I would like it better. I wouldn't jump into it now unless you just want to be risky with it. I would like it better if it came back, retested this 50 and bounced. Or if we got something like a 50, 61% pullback, something along that line. That's when I would like it. But then, if you do jump into something like this early, you have to be mindful of this 200. So when you jump into something like this early, what you need to do is play it for the 200. Be prepared to jump out at the 200. And then what you want to see is, usually when it gets there the first time, it'll get rejected. So look for a small pullback, maybe a retest of the 15 or the 50, and then it'll retest that 200. And if it gets over that time, then look for some type of confirmation. Either look for it to continue on to the next resistance level and get over, or for it to pull back, retest that 200 and bounce. Both of those are very two good confirmations on a stock being over resistance. But I do like the way this is setting up. I believe what I'm going to do, instead of waiting for this, I'm going to set me an alert if it breaks this 207 mark. Give me a second, I'll show you why I picked that. So we want to go on news, short rise, short fall. Because that would be a clear break above the 50-day, and it would be at the next resistance line. See if we pop that there, that'd be a good resistance, because it's resisted here, here, here. This was a fake out breakout, all them. I bet you if we go back, we can probably, I don't know, every time I go to the 4 hour it messes up. Yeah, see, look, even all the way back through here, even right there, right there. So that's a good support versus resistance level. So if it breaks over that, that's when I would be bullish on it. Well, that's when I would start to be bullish on it. I wouldn't fully be bullish on it until it broke over the 200. And who knows, by the time it gets there, the 200 might even be right around that area. Because, you know, it's a moving average, so it'll move down with it. Speaking of damn good trades, I called him out on Twitter, but now I want to call him out now. Shrug, for the last couple of days, has told me that I should be playing X4 earnings. And I told him, I said, I think it's going to beat earnings. I'm just worried about its outlook, so I'm not sure. So what I ended up doing is I ended up picking up some shares, and I was too scared to play the options. And of course, he played options yesterday. So I woke up this morning, and I said, shit, I should have paid attention, but I didn't. So what am I going to do now? So what I did is, when it first came down on this green one, you can see it better on the 3 minute, I think. Yeah. So when it comes, no, wait. No, it was early on. Yeah, this green candle right here, when it came back down and started coming back up, I went ahead and jumped in. I took a risk. But I ended up selling mine. Damn it. Anyways, you can see the triple top right here. Got rejected once, twice, 3 times the charm, right? That's when I got out of mine. I think it was actually right here on this candle. I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at the time. But Shrug, that was a nice play, man. I love it. It was a really good play. Oh, also, guys, Sunday we will be having the stocks talk. I don't know. Would you guys like to have that more around like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8? What's a better time for everybody? Yeah, Bowen's usually, Bowen's a good swing stock. It swings a lot, so it's good to get in, sell at the highs, either buy puts or get back in when it bounces. Eight, okay. So let's shoot for. I don't know if I can pinpoint 8, but let's shoot for 7 or 8 and try to get 8. So let's call it 8 for right now. Keep your eyes on Twitter. Guys, also on Twitter, if you'll hit that bell icon, or on YouTube when you subscribe, if you hit that bell icon, it'll notify you anytime I go live. That's a great way to keep up with what we're doing here. Also, Wonky gave me some good ideas about this weekend. I'm going to try to make a couple of videos. They won't be live, but I'm going to try to make a couple of videos of some of the earnings plays, what we did, what we didn't do, what we could have done differently, the overall market, how the overall market's going to be affected going forward with it, just things like that. And it'll probably be a couple of videos, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes long each. So you can look for those starting this weekend. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have the first one up. Yeah, it looks like BBIG is going to hold into the after hours, but that's good. But yeah, that is a flag right there. That's a decent little flag. That's more, if you draw the lines on it, that would be more of a symmetrical bull flag. I've got a picture that has some of the common candle patterns. I posted on Twitter before, but I'll post it again after we get off stream. And guys, save that picture. It's a good one to go by. Remember, though, don't go on those patterns alone. Wait for the breakout. Either when you draw those lines, wait for the breakout of either the top side or the bottom side. That's the better confirmation than actually watching for those flags. It's good to spot them, and it's good to know if they're bull or bearish, but don't base your trade based on that. Wait for the breakout. What is AMC doing? Ooh. I hate it, but I do hope AMC comes down to the low 30s. Mainly just because I want a better price. But I don't like the fact that it's this low, below my trend lines. I guess it's not bad if it pulled up in the next day or two, but if it doesn't, I'll have to draw some new lines. We can see that. Man, I'm going to have to... This is messed up. I can't move back and forth on timeline. Weeble just had an update. Speaking of which, guys, I know a lot of y'all tell me that you don't have a charting system. If you don't want to download Weeble or you want to use something in browser, the best one to use in that case, and it's real time, is TradingView. And if any of y'all know programming, you can make your own algo doing this. But you can see TradingView, it allows you to use, you can even get the EMA lines. Just type in EMA, and you'll see it says Moving Average Exponential. Okay, whatever. Oh, I've already got the 3 up here. You're only allowed to have 3 at one time. But you can put those up here. We can change tickers. I know a lot of people that use these. And if you're into algos, a lot of algos use this because it's easier to build your own algo on top of it. Look, there's BBIG breaking up. We see we got the moving lines on this one. And if you want to draw trend lines and stuff, they have all that stuff too. Horizontal line. See, stuff like that. Go and do another one. Actually, I like that better. Right there. I don't know how to use this one as well. Maybe I got to right click on it. Nope. There we go. Nope. It moved 2 instead. That's alright. Now we can click on this one and get rid of it. Damn, how many lines did it do? There we go. Damn, it had like several lines there at one time. Look, BBIG. Yep, it's going to run up in the after hours. But this one's a good one to use. You can pay for it and get more features. But the free version has everything you need. You got the drawing stuff. And like with Weeble, that measuring tool that I got, you can click on this like this. And see right here, it tells you how many bars are in there, the time frame within that, the volume, percentage, all that stuff. The price it moved 36 cents, 7.5%, 28 bars, 1 hour and 2 minutes. The volume was 248,000. So see, I mean, it's got a lot of cool stuff too. But alright guys, hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to call it a day. I greatly, John says the pay for version is worth every penny. So, I mean, I like TradingView. I used it for a bit before I got the Weeble. And I would really like to play around with its programming part to see if I can't come up with some type of algo. I really like the Trading Collectives algo, and I'd like to try to tweak something like that. But alright guys, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. But I gotta kick you the fuck out. I've got to go get my kids from the bus stop. So again, Sunday, if y'all want to, bring your tickers. Let's everybody try. I tell you what, everybody that's going to show up, try to bring 5 tickers that you're really excited about. See if you can do that, and we'll go over them. You know what, Wonky? I'll talk to you later about that then. I didn't know if this would be something in your wheelhouse or not. I know you do a lot of that stuff, but I wasn't sure if that would be something you could do or want to do or whatever. But yeah, we'll talk about this. Alright guys, I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you Sunday. And if not Sunday, we'll see you Monday. You have a great day. Bye.